Welcome back, Days fans. The next 2 weeks in Salem are nothing short of explosive, with romantic upheavals, shocking returns, medical miracles, and betrayals that cut deep. From Beau Brady's life hanging in the balance to Ari Horton's scandalous homecoming, from heartbreak looming for Marlena to new rivalries erupting between Holly and Ari, Days of Our Lives is about to deliver some of its most powerful storytelling yet. Let's dive into the storm that's heading straight for Salem between May 19th and May 30th. Salem is about to get a shock, because Ariana Horton is back, and she's not the little girl anyone remembers. Now all grown up, Ari returns just in time for her birthday celebration, with Gabby Hernandez and Marlena Evans throwing her a warm welcome. The reunion is emotional, full of hugs and smiles, but underneath it all, something isn't right. Behind Ari's sweet demeanor lies a secret. She claimed she needed money to book her flight home, but that wasn't the real reason. Rumor has it, the cash was actually meant to help Doug Williams III, who's drowning in debt. And here's the kicker. Will and Sonny had already paid for her ticket. Once Gabby uncovers the truth, watch out. She'll feel betrayed not just by Ari's lie, but by her involvement with Doug, a man with more baggage than anyone knew. But the real shock? Ari and Doug are more than just close friends. Shortly after her arrival, the two waste no time getting physically involved, setting the stage for Salem's next scandal. And unfortunately for Ari, someone else has eyes on Doug too. Enter Holly Jonas, and let's just say, she's not thrilled about Ari's return. The moment Holly discovers Ari is romantically involved with Doug Williams III, everything changes. What began as casual tension quickly explodes into a full-blown rivalry that threatens to take down friendships, reputations, and possibly Doug himself. Holly's no stranger to drama, but this time, it's personal. She sees Ari as reckless, manipulative, and dangerously close to dragging Doug into a spiral he won't escape from. Ari, on the other hand, views Holly as insecure and controlling, someone who can't handle losing. Their confrontations are bound to escalate. Sharp words, public showdowns, veiled threats. Doug, caught in the middle, may soon have to choose between two strong-willed women with very different motives. And if he chooses wrong, it could cost him more than just a relationship. It could tear apart what little stability he has left in Salem. This isn't just teenage drama. It's emotional warfare, and it's just getting started. Salem reels after a vicious act of violence. Xander Kuriakis has crossed a line that may be unforgivable. In a moment of explosive rage, Xander attacked Philip Kuriakis, leaving him bloodied and broken. Now, Philip lies unconscious in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. And Sarah Horton? She's shattered. After everything she's endured, his lies, his past crimes, his empty promises, this may be the final blow. She wanted to believe in Xander's redemption. She wanted to build a future together. But now, all she sees is a man ruled by rage. As the news spreads, Kate Roberts steps in like a storm. Her son has been brutally beaten, and she's demanding consequences. She wants Xander arrested, immediately. The pressure is mounting. Xander's past has caught up with him, and this time, even love might not be strong enough to save him. In the days ahead, he could lose it all, his freedom, his reputation, and the one woman who tried to believe in him. The question is, will Sarah walk away for good? While one man lies in the hospital from a violent attack, another clings to life in silence. Beau Brady remains in a coma, but now, things are even worse. He's developed sepsis, a deadly infection spreading fast. The only hope? A rare, cutting-edge drug called Versavix, created by Dr. Jeffrey Russell. But in a cruel twist, the only known vials of Versavix are missing, stolen from the lab by Kevin Lambert, a man whose actions are spiraling into chaos. With every hour that passes, Beau slips further away. Desperation sets in. Sean Brady, terrified of losing his father, leans on Belle Black for emotional support. Their shared worry begins to pull them closer again, reopening old wounds and unresolved feelings. But there's no time for reflection. Steve Johnson joins Sean in the race against time. Together, they turn to the one man they know they can trust, John Black. John doesn't hesitate. He throws himself into the search for Versavix. But just when things seem to be turning around, tragedy strikes. An explosion rocks Salem, and John ends up caught in the blast, critically injured, unconscious, and fighting for his life. Now Salem faces a heartbreaking dilemma: can John be saved? Or could his tragedy become the key to Bo's survival? The mission to save Bo Brady takes a devastating turn. While tracking down the last remaining vials of Versavix, John Black finds himself in the wrong place at the worst possible moment. A lab rigged with explosives, either by sabotage or tragic accident, erupts in a fiery blast, hurling John across the room and leaving him barely alive. The aftermath is chaos. John is rushed to the hospital with multiple internal injuries, third-degree burns, and no consciousness. The prognosis? Dire. Then comes the phone call, Marlena Evans' worst nightmare. She drops the phone as she hears the words, "He may not make it." Suddenly, the storyline takes an even more painful turn. As Bo's condition deteriorates and the Versavix is nowhere to be found, doctors begin whispering the unthinkable: organ donation. Could John's death become the very thing that saves Bo's life? It's a gut-wrenching moral crossroads. Two heroes, one fading, one clinging to life, and Salem may be forced to choose. Because if Bo is to wake up, it may come at the ultimate cost. Elsewhere in Salem, romance blooms in the most unlikely of places. Kat Green finds herself increasingly drawn to Chad DiMera, especially after their heartfelt charity date. The walls Chad had long kept up begin to crumble, revealing glimmers of a man ready to feel again. But not everyone is celebrating. Stephanie Johnson, who once loved Chad deeply, watches the connection unfold, and steps in to deliver a quiet but serious warning to Kat. Stephanie's words aren't meant to sabotage, she's speaking from experience. "You can love Chad," she tells Kat, "but you'll always be standing in Abigail's shadow." Because the truth is, Chad never really let go. Abigail's death carved a hole in him that no one has ever truly filled. Kat listens, but her heart is already invested. There's no denying the chemistry. The eye contact, the late-night talks, the subtle smiles that say more than words ever could. They're not a couple, yet, but something's shifting. Kat knows the risk. She knows the warning. But sometimes, love is worth walking into the storm for. And Chad? He may be closer to opening his heart than even he realizes. In a quiet hospital room filled with fading hope and the steady beeping of machines, Hope Brady keeps vigil beside the love of her life. It should have been a day of celebration, their 40th wedding anniversary. Instead, she's sitting at Bo's bedside, clutching his hand, her voice trembling as she whispers memories of the life they built, the family they raised, and the promises they never stopped making, even through years of separation. Sierra Brady Weston stands close by, offering strength, but her eyes are full of tears. Deep down, even she is preparing to say goodbye. But Julie Williams refuses to give up. In a moment of desperation, she turns her eyes to the heavens and prays, not to a doctor, not to science, but to her late husband Doug, pleading for divine intervention. "Please, Doug," she whispers. "Not yet. Don't let this be the end." And then, it happens. A flicker on the monitor. A shift in Bo's breathing. The doctors rush in. His eyes flutter open. Gasps fill the room. Hope collapses in sobs. Sierra grabs her father's hand in disbelief. Against all medical logic, against all odds, Bo survives. But this miracle has a shadow. Because just down the hallway, another life is slipping away. John Black, the man who risked everything to retrieve the Versavix, lies in critical condition after the explosion. And now, he may not wake up. As one family rejoices, another braces for heartbreak. The miracle that saved Bo might have cost Salem one of its greatest heroes. And that's just the beginning. Ari and Holly's feud is escalating by the hour. Doug is caught in the middle, and someone's heart is about to be broken. Kat and Chad's romance is taking shape, but with Abigail's memory still lingering, can Chad truly move forward? And Xander's violent outburst may finally destroy everything he's tried to rebuild, including his relationship with Sarah. Salem stands at a crossroads. One man rises, another may fall, and for everyone else, the truth is coming. So, what do you think is next? Will Marlena be forced to say goodbye to John forever? Can Gabby forgive Ari when she discovers the lies? And will Holly fight for Doug, or walk away before the war turns cruel? Drop your theories in the comments. Let your voice be heard. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell, so you never miss a single twist, turn, or tear in Days of Our Lives. Because in Salem, love is never easy, redemption is never guaranteed, and fate always has the final word.